What are people lovers? WTF happened in September 2022 is the year. And obviously it is the month before the biggest Age of Empires tournament of all times. More than 500,000 on the line, and we had a lot of building up for that for sure. And Road to Heidelberg means the qualification stages there. And we can take a look at qualification for Age of Empires 4, sort of going through there, and Capwatch. So Capwatch playing Age of Empires 2 and Age of Empires 4 in Heidelberg and guaranteed himself 2 min caches. And well, let's see what he's going for. Going to be a really tricky thing. Capwatch in the interview said he will focus on Age of Empires 2, looking at the Age of Empires 4 bracket. Format was now changed in the main event. So it is double elimination, or at least you need to lose twice to be out. It's not a clear standard double elimination. So bracket can be a bit more favorable for him. At least he will get a second chance. And therefore could maybe play some Age of Empires 4 a bit more. Sort of obviously player that played StarCraft 2 professionally, now mainly focused on this. And yeah, interesting stuff there for sure. But then we still had 2 more spots, and those went without a lot of surprises actually to the 2 big favorites, Magic going through and Recon both getting the tickets, completing the full 16. In Age of Empires 2 we had obviously all 16 spots already taken, but lots of stuff can happen when it comes to visa, when it comes to war, when it comes to COVID, when it comes to getting COVID for the participants. So we had another qualification there, and the 6 players that played in the last round but didn't actually get their ticket to Heidelberg played a round robin system, best of 3, and Togao won this one 5-0. So in case some people can't travel, this will be the list of replacements. As of right now, recording this video on the 30th of September, Mr. Yo got his visa, ACCM got his visa, and Winchester last week said it's very unlikely that he will go. Now he's more optimistic. So right now, as of right now, all 16 players that actually qualified or got invited will make it, and Ogao won't be needed. I don't trust that too much though. I think it's likely that something will happen to someone, if it's world situation or COVID specifically. Will be an interesting thing for sure. And obviously Dark is a big of a question there, the person who made the second place in that basically filler qualifier. No replacement for AoE4, nothing that I know of. Yeah. So B, cheating accusation. B, considered to be one of the most entertaining players that we have in the field. And this happened basically like 32 days ago, but I recorded my last WTF a bit earlier because I was traveling and therefore didn't really cover it, although it was at the end, but a lot of drama unfolded afterwards. So B, a player that already qualified, but now got disqualified from Red Bull Walhalla because he broke the rules, and basically the admin, Krasini, gave a 3-liner, basically giving the rules and that B broke them. And a lot of people crave for more, wanted to know what rule exactly was broken, what really happened, and communication was not to the liking of a lot of people. The Muslim and especially BCQD covered a lot of stuff there, but it's a lot of speculation, a lot of accusations, and it felt like there's not the 100% proof he broke this rule exactly this way. Obviously it's kind of proven that he used some bug exploits, but is it really the cheating to exclude him from the big game? Then a bit later the statement came, or it might have been the same statement, that Red Bull, Microsoft and Relic worked together and made this decision together. This is kind of interesting that they made the decision together but didn't want to go into more details. I think the only option, and I thought about this quite a bit, was that if they told the public what he did, it is very easy to replicate this. At one point I thought they just tracked his PC, which they aren't allowed to, but I think that they would not have included Red Bull then. So I think that's not really a thing. I think they know of his cheat that he used or something in that ballpark, and if they said this is what he did, the letter will be spammed with this. And it's still not a lot of statements. Then Red Bull, obviously, a lot of people are asking for more. Obviously, they're not really having that great incentive because B just like publicly posted one of the private chats together with like Red Bull Chris. And obviously, I can see why there's not a lot of interest in discussing stuff with him privately, and then he instantly makes it public. I would have loved to see a 100% proof. Maybe they will fix it at some point and then can say that's what happened. Right now it feels not enough for me. It might be enough, but not on the public surface, right? We clearly know it's his full-time job and his career basically ended. Because EGC TV stopped him for some point. I will put a lot of trust into the investigation, and if N4C happened, I will not allow him, at least for like one episode. Yeah. And we can only call it accusation because there's no 100% proof. He also then streamed with webcam in his face and webcam behind him and got ranked number 1 on the ladder without any cheating. So he is a world-class bettor, but a world-class player, but might have cheated there as well. Okay, then we had other tournaments that are happening outside of the Red Bull universe, and it was Walhalla. Arena-style tournament with lots of different maps that are going into that direction. As you can see, already lots of walls here. And we had a crazy performance by running through the bracket there, beating Doubt, beating Ganji in crazy performances. Then against Tedo, 4-3. And against Yo, went into the decider and couldn't close it out. Crazy, crazy stuff. Viper falling to Tedo. Vala's crazy performance against Jordan there early on. So really interesting tournaments, lots and lots of great games. EGC TV has no definitive ruling on future tournaments for him. Just road to Red Bull. Okay, so we will see how EGC TV will rule there for their future tournaments. And running, yeah, close to winning in 8-tier tournament, right? Is it 8-tier? I think 4.2k. Is it 8-tier? Okay, nice. Obviously, all the top players played, so maybe not Hera, maybe not Lyri, but crazy stacked lineup, so crazy run. Then we had a $10,000 tournament, Deathmatch World Cup, and we had a name that not a lot of people had on the list, Freaking Andy. Actually having a freaking good performance. Ganji in the finals there as well. Just remember, $10,000 on the line. So code going out to Frost9 there. True Deathmatch World Cup 1 champion falling as well. And freaking Andy just going through 3-1, 4-2, 5-3. And Ganji having a crazy performance. $3,000 into the pocket of freaking Andy. $2,000 for Ganji. So pretty nice payday there for sure. And then we get to the juicy part. Hera versus Nili, or not versus, Hera-Nili-Drama. And I don't know, I didn't put a lot of thought into my wording, maybe I should have. So what happened there? Hera and Nili are casting Red Bull Walhalla qualification together. And there was one statement of Hera that Knights counter pikeman early castle age, which obviously is a true statement, and he made a lot of good reasons for that. I only took an excerpt of that and only quoted him for knights counter pikeman, which obviously is a false statement, which he didn't intend to make, right? And I wrote that quite a bit. Then we had a YouTube video, highly edited, and did make heavily fun of him, and was obviously edited to make him not as knowledgeable as he is. He was not happy with that, made a reaction video to it, and I only realized like 2 days later when people on my stream got really angry and I got a lot of hate. And yeah, I didn't even know that the video was uploaded by my YouTube guy. That being said, though, I probably would have approved the same format and maybe not as an aggressive title. I think the title was like what really triggered Hera as well. It was something like, is Hera serious with this? Something very clickbaity, lots of reactions, a lot of, yeah. And I think that probably went too far, right? After the video was uploaded, after I heard of the problem and that Hera didn't like it, instantly took it off. We had a talk. I told him that I actually agreed with all his statements, and that was my way of entertaining. Obviously, as an entertainer, I'm talking 8 hours a day and having a lot of slip-ups there throughout my career. I said that I was sorry and that I highly respect him, and we are on good terms again. Yeah, but obviously lots of people saw my very arrogant side, and I might continue that. I might actually continue that. I found it very entertaining. Other people might find it very entertaining. I will try to be more careful there in the future, though. Right? Yeah. So that was contradicting what I just said, but you get my point. I will try to be more careful. Is what I wanted to say. And that brings us to clip of the month, I believe, right? Yeah. And it is a Doubt Show. And he will have some interesting move there. Lots of feudal age army here. And obviously, if you know, lots of low HP units. Wolves are really strong. Let's see how Doubt will bring his wolves, in this case Commodore Dragons, into the party and will make them really help his fight.
I don't know what's happening. Oh, I will rush my own wood line. Oh fuck. Oh god. Oh god, I'm dead here. Oh god, this is a mess.
There is Sonarte con balas, I don't know where they were.
There's so many spears in that way.
I don't know what's going on. I have wolves in my base. There is a stone on this map.
Yeah, so Doubt thought he was clever and actually screwed himself over there quite nicely. And what did I want to do? Ah, yeah, just we are back here. And then obviously the look ahead. What's happening in October? It's basically $500,000+ tournament, Age of Empires 2, Age of Empires 4. I also wanted to mention that Age of Empires 1 was played and we are only down to 2 players there. What they did is best of 9 Age of Empires Classic, Age of Empires Definitive Edition, best of 9, and then added those results up to get the 2 players that are playing the Definitive Edition final live in Heidelberg on Saturday. The final Saturday between the semifinals and the finals of Age of Empires 2. Also announced was Winston Waffle for Age of Empires 1 coverage. Ellie to be on site as well to help out with, I don't really know what, I think interviews. So getting the female talent in there. And that will be basically the last 10 days of October. Before that, a bit of the calm before the storm. And I don't think a lot of streams are going to happen. So we'll be not too much entertainment. GL obviously doing their bootcamp, so no streams expected, or very few streams expected from them. And Hera-Nili-Drama, I expect them to train a lot. Maybe MBL, some streams, probably the one you want to look out. I'm obviously squeezing in a best of 101 next week, but that's more in the early hours. Any insight into the big AOE streaming event? What's your question? Ah, you mean the Xbox thing? Nah. But be excited for it. Be excited for it. There will be crazy announcements during the Heidelberg event. Obviously, 25th anniversary. And if you're a fan of the franchise, tune in and be excited for this. That's it from me. I hope you have a wonderful October coming up for you. Have a good one. And goodbye on YouTube. I will also link Hera's video and my reaction after I found out. Plus probably a lot of the B cheating accusation videos down on YouTube. Yeah. Have a good one. Goodbye. Hippo lovers.